Good evening, everybody. It's your pal Martin Miller here. Hope you're all going well today. Yeah, just enjoying my evening tea. What do you like to see it? Robush, lemon and poppy seed cake right here. All thanks to working hard for it. So what I want to talk about tonight is times in the past that I've had to sacrifice a lot of things, not just to get by in life, but to get to a certain goal that I was reaching. We go back to July 2011. I just came back from my first trip abroad to Europe, Africa, and Asia. I spent 19 days away visiting 11 different countries that I'd never been to in my life. And as soon as I got back to Australia, I told myself, I have got to be at Headbangers Open Air, July 2012, because my mate's band Headbangers and Lord were going to be there alongside Artillery, Kimber Chance, Power Mad, Hobbs Angel of Death, at Warbringer, even though they added like on later. Riot was supposed to play, but the guitarist passed away. Yeah, so I was really focused on going to this festival in Germany when I was 26 years old. So as soon as I got back, I restarted my old job at Little Rock Cafe, working many days in a row because of all stuff-ups and people quitting, and then also not really getting along with the head chef, Matthew Hayden, who we had a huge falling out later on in 2011, and we don't talk to each other anymore because of that. So what happened was, in the second half of 2011, there were so many bands who came to Australia, and I decided not to see them. Def Leppard and Heart came. I saw Heart the year before in Phoenix, and I already saw Def Leppard in Wollongong 2008, so I thought, nope, not going to pay to see that. Destruction came to Australia for the second time ever. I already saw Destruction at Hellfest that same year. I said, nope, not going to see Destruction. Taylor Dane came to Australia some 8 years after her last appearance, and I was a fan of Taylor Dane when I was 8 years old, and then I stopped listening to her music because, well, she faded away. And then I thought to myself, nah, I really don't want to see Taylor Dane, I've got to save some money. And also, Stevie Nicks came, the woman who saved my life from suicide when I was like 23 because some piece of shit Uruguayan manager wouldn't let me work in the bar. I thought to myself, nah, I really don't want to spend the money to see Stevie Nicks. And so, by not attending all these gigs, I probably saved, 500 or something Australian dollars. Because I gotta tell you, seeing a band in Australia is very expensive when you think about this, right? I paid $150 to see Iron Maiden in 2008, like standing. I paid $150 to see Judas Priest. I paid $120 to see Heaven and Hell. But then some concerts like, Slayer, Megadeth, Testament, they were all like at least below 90 Australian dollars. I never really saw that many bands cheaply in Australia unless they were local. Like, I saw Hellbringer so many times that would only cost me, well, maybe a 5 or a tenner, just in my British currencies. But then, later on in life, in around 2013, I was like, man, I don't really feel motivated to go to concerts like anymore. I really just don't want to like do it. Like, yeah, sure, I like heavy metal, but in a time of my life, having a 0-hour contract, being addicted to escorts, falling out with the Catholic Church, you're kind of like, oh, maybe I really don't want to go to gigs because there are a lot of people I'm not really having a fun time hanging out with. Like, this used to be this German guy in the Sydney heavy metal scene called Ralphie. And last time I saw him, he had to be a huge dickhead telling me that, saying, oh, didn't you move to America or such? And me being Australian and he being German, he does things, there's a huge communication breakdown. So then, I remember, like, in 2014, I saw Living Colour, even for Alter Bridge. Fun time seeing Living Colour, good amount of money to pay to see them. And then, I basically left before Alter Bridge went on stage because I don't like them. And then I'll never forget the time I saw Coroner at the Manning Bar. I paid maybe $50 to see them, and my mate's band's Bastardizer opened the show, so that was good. I remember at that concert I told myself, I've got to move back to Europe. I'm really sick and tired of living this life in Australia. And 13 months after a gig, Well, I was living in Birmingham for the first time in my life. So, in my British life, right, there will be times when bands will come to London, and I'll be like, no, sorry, I'm not going to pay that much money. Like, last year Genesis was asking 130 quid for back row seats. I'm like, I don't care if Phil Collins is in a wheelchair, I'm not paying that much money. I saw Styx 2019 at the I can't remember the theatre. I don't think it was the Lycan Theatre, but it's a theatre that's the legendary, that guy, Bruce Forsyth's buried at, yeah, the London Palladium. I saw Styx for less than 40 quid, and I thought, I gotta see this band because they're iconic. Carl Palmer is doing a gig in London 2 months' time for less than 40 quid. Dream Theatre is coming to London this year, but I really don't want to spend 90 quid to see them. You see, the reason why I will pass up on seeing bands is because these days I'm a lot more focused on travel. Like last year, despite the pandemic, I only went to one concert, I went to one play, and I only went to the 3 countries last year because I was too focused on going to the Gambia and Senegal and making a vlog in Paris. So whatever you do in life, if you're doing stupid things like, abusing drugs, or buying into a pornographic subscription, or drinking too much alcohol, or, just buying crap like, ringtones, cigarettes, porcelain dolls, DVDs you never watch. Seriously, just stop spending money on stupid crap. Start saving your money because, one day you'll buy yourself a passport and you'll see the world and you'll be like, man, I can't believe I've wasted my life doing so many stupid things. What an idiot I've been in the past. Because you gotta remember, I did not travel abroad until I was 24. I'm always like a novice when it comes to things I've done in life. Like, think about it, I didn't lose my virginity until I was 24. I didn't make a sex tape until I was 35. I didn't move out of home until I was 30. I didn't, I didn't get my first proper paid job until I was 19. So, I am a late bloomer and all due to medical conditions and adversities, but I don't let that stop me and stop any, what I'm trying to say is basically I don't let adversity get in my ways. I can basically just say, look, one time some guy at Hellfest pissed on my tent, and I decided that I'll never ever attend a 3-day camping festival ever again in my life, and I haven't. And the reason being is because there's so much beautiful things in the world to be seen. Rather than being stuck in Nantes for 3 days, waiting to see legends of heavy metal. Anyway, I'm Martin the Metalhead, I'm over and out.